What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I know y'all can't see me. I'm not to my destination yet. I wanted to do this in the morning, but you know what? It's been top of the line. It's been top of the line news. So you know what? I was just like, man, I might as well go ahead and report on this. But yeah, man, it's getting ugly out here, man. It's getting ugly out here, man. Listen, I told y'all. I kept saying the same old thing. Uh, I told y'all at the beginning. If you've been watching me for a minute, I've said that Elon Musk is going to be Trump's downfall. I said that many times. Jay, what's up? I've said that plenty of times. That Elon Musk was going to be his downfall. Now, lo and behold, now what we're seeing, the clash of the titans. We're seeing the clash of the titans. But once I get parked, then we're really gonna talk about it. We're really gonna talk about it. We're really gonna sit down and discuss for a short bit. What's going on, my opinion, on what's going on, how I feel about it, so on and so forth. Jay says Trump thought he had a friend in Elon. Well, I would say both. I would say both. I would say Trump thought he had a friend in Elon, and Elon thought he had a friend in Trump. But I doubt either one of them thought that this was a true and genuine like friendship. I mean, this is business. Hey, this man said Elon was used like mascot. I wonder what is the plan. Yeah, I mean they both were used. I mean on those kind of levels. I mean not even on those levels, but definitely on those levels, on those big elite levels, everybody's being used, right? Nobody's dealing with you if you're not, big boss. Nobody's dealing with you if you have no power. Do you think Trump will be dealing with Elon on that magnitude if Elon didn't have the kind of pull that he does? No, of course not. Of course not. The only reason we know Trump dealt with Elon is because Elon was donating tens of millions per week. Remember when that came out? Elon was donating tens of millions of dollars to Trump campaign, right? And mind you, let's not forget that Elon also owns, right? He owns a large communication platform, a large social media platform, right? If not one of the biggest social media platforms. So he's able to manipulate and push and market, tweak the algorithm however he wants to tweak it in Trump's favor. Jack Frost coming in with the big super chat. I appreciate the donation, Jack Frost. Oh, that was you. I thought that was Jay. It said let's talk about it. But yeah, let me get parked and I'm gonna really dive into it. But I see if you really pay attention, you could have seen this from a mile away, right? You would have seen this from a mile away. This is something that has been predictable, and like I've always said, politics is a reflection of the people. Elon Musk is a reflection of the people. Trump is a reflection of the people. Congress is a reflection of the people. Everything that's going on is a reflection of the people. So when people are out here all surprised and shocked and like, well, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why the Congress is stripping the middle class. I don't know why Congress is stripping the middle class and wiping out the middle class for forever. Right? They act shocked. But when you dive down into the nitty-gritties of things, when you dive down into the societal norms, when you dive down into the culture in America, we're a very selfish culture. It's all about ourselves. We don't care about the next man. We don't care if the next man is starving, right? So Congress is only acting in a way that society in general is acting, right? We don't care about the next man. right? We don't care about the next man. I don't even know why we sit and pretend like as if, the next man matters, right? Because the next man doesn't matter. And we know this. We know this for sure. Let's see. Eric Swan says, first 48. The Feeling Studio says, I have friends who are Trump supporters, and guess what? They now have epileptic seizures over this. It's like I told you so. Why I vote for Jill Stein? Yeah, I mean, as far as moving forward, and 2025 and beyond, I'm not for any politics, right? I wholeheartedly believe. Right, let me go ahead and back this thing up. I wholeheartedly believe, Ninja, that politics nowadays is for the peasants. That's what I believe. I believe nowadays politics, voting, is for the peasants. It's for the peasant class, right? They've already wiped out the middle class, right? They've wiped the middle class clean. Go ahead and put this in subscriber only mode. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. There we go. But they've already wiped out the middle class, right? Middle class is cooked. Middle class is completely cooked. The middle class is more than likely never coming back. Housing is cooked. The job market is cooked. Uh, what you call that? Making more money is cooked. All of this shit is cooked, right? But let's get on the Elon and Trump situation, right? Actually, I need to go ahead and put a poll in the chat. I need to go ahead and put a poll in the chat. Who are you standing with? Who are you standing with? Elon, Trump. Who are you standing with? Right? Here's the thing. I want y'all to pay close attention to what's going on. Right? There is no coincidence. There seems like it's been back to back like red herring events, right? It seems like it's been back to back, just off the wall like events, right? They throw in the Diddy trial, right? They throw in, then we had hurricanes. We had hurricanes and wildfires back to back. Then we had other things back to back. Trump invited Ukraine back into the office, and it's just been event after event after event. I want y'all to pay close attention to what's going on. A lot of things are not what it seems on the surface, right? It's not what it seems. What's going on, Coco? So why haven't they gotten rid of tax on tips? Why haven't they abolished the IRS? Because they're not going to do it. JC, what's going on? Because they're not going to do it, right? So here's what's going on with Elon and Trump. So as y'all can see, and I posted twice, right? I posted twice in a post tab. So the first one is basically that's crazy. The first one is crazy. So basically, Elon is accusing, right? We don't have any proof. We don't know what's on the files. We don't know. We definitely know that Trump has admittedly said that Epstein is a close friend of his, right? And he's known him for 15 years, right? Yeah, and we can go on and on about that. He likes the same women I like, young and fresh. That's what Trump said. I didn't say it. That's what Trump said. But anyway, still no proof that he was actually involved in any of the things that Epstein was involved. But the fact of the matter is that Elon dropped this on a public platform with as much reach. Elon dropped this on a public platform with as much reach as your biggest celebrities and Trump himself, right? He knew that this would shoot across the world. So the fact that he went on and did this is something big, This is not something to be taken lightly. This is not something to sit back and be like, oh, well, nah. See, Americans are so stupid, right? Americans are so stupid. Americans are so docile that this is a normal event for Americans. It's normal for us to have a Real Housewives event. It's normal for us to have this love and hip hop drama show, lifetime story event. We're so used to the drama. We're so used to the chaos. We're not even looking at this with a serious lens. Most people are not looking at this with a serious lens. How is it that, first of all, Elon was even allowed the type of power that he was allowed in the first place? I had already said that from the get go. I already said when Trump was campaigning with him, I was like, nah, this guy's getting too close, right? I understand the whole Doge thing, but it seems like they're allowing him to get too much power and he's not an elected official. That's what they did. They allowed Elon to get too much power, right? They allowed Elon to get too close to Trump. Well, Trump allowed Elon to get too close, and they gave him too much power to be somebody who isn't an elected official, right? And then on top of all that, Elon can't really even prove like what cuts were made, what specific cuts were made. It's still a toss up. It's still a toss up on what Elon is saying that he cut. There's no real paperwork. It's just off in the sky. The Allen Show, what's going up? I'm off to Thailand for forever. That nigga said, I am gone. Shouts out to the Allen Show. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's over there in Thailand enjoying some of the Thai food. And that's no pun intended, Ninja. That's no pun intended. He over there enjoying some good Thai food over there. Make sure you protect yourself over there, Allen. You don't want to get nothing on your lip. You know what I mean? But go over there and subscribe to Allen. He enjoying himself over there. Shouts out to him. I appreciate the super chat, man. You're right. That's why everything is so watered down now in society. The Philadelphia said, yeah, I'm off to Czech Republic and also Portugal. Shouts out to y'all who, getting yourself out of here. Bebop says, as a society, we're getting idiocracy dumb. I think this is the next level. This is next level, right? This is next level idiocracy, right? And quite frankly, I already told you I don't support Trump anymore. But I still believe that for it to get to this extent, where somebody as powerful and rich as Elon Musk is, to basically attack a sitting president, right? First and foremost, right? They allowed this guy to get too close to Trump. They was all for getting rid of the immigrants, but not this immigrant, right? They was all for getting rid of the immigrants, but went on to accept this immigrant, right? What's going on? What's going on? We've reached a new height of stupidity. We've reached a brand new height of idiocracy, right? Where a sitting president is going back and forth on the internet with a tech billionaire. I never thought I would see something like this in my life, right? Where basically Elon is basically throwing out and handing out, hey, this guy's a PDF file, just like Epstein. And the reason why he don't want to release the files is because he's trying to find a way to basically get rid of some of the stuff on him in these files. Right? I never thought that we would be here in American history. I knew that Americans were stupid, right? I knew that we were too far gone, but I didn't expect for us to be this far gone. Right? Cartier was going on. Ben Diesel standing with myself at this point. Tapping shock. You know what? I actually am shocked because when I seen it come through my feed, I thought, how you sometimes see the troll, that sometimes people mimic or have meme accounts of actual people, right? Yeah, catch the replay. So when I seen it come through my notifications, right? It was like all I seen is because I knew they were going back and forth with Elon disagreed with the big beautiful bill, which many Republicans have came out and said they don't agree with it because it's going to add to the national debt. But that's a different story, right? So it came through my notifications, and I thought it was a meme account, and it was like, oh, by the way, Trump doesn't want to release the Epstein files because that ninja is on the Epstein files. I was like, what, ninja? The beef has been taken this far? And I looked at it. I was trying to make sure that it was actually Elon's account before I screenshotted it. I clicked on that thing and I seen 220 million followers, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, oh, we're done. We are cooked, ninja. We are cooked, bro. We stay in a society where the most powerful person in quite frankly, arguably the world, in a sitting office versus one of the richest people, right, in the world, are going back and forth on the internet. Are we serious right now? And he said, oh, yep, Bebop, he said, bookmark that shit. Now, if y'all have heard me speak about Elon, I don't trust Elon, right? I never trusted Elon from the jump. But for Elon to tweet that out, and he said bookmark it. When he said bookmark it, yeah, I was like, yeah, he on to something. John Tooney said this might be a trolling tactic. It could, right? We could be watching the courts, right? Throw in the little shows in for us. I don't know. Cartier says it's all a play. They're probably laughing behind the scenes. Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's all fun and games, right? Until you throw out somebody's a PDF file, right? It's all fun and games when you start throwing out allegations, right? That's all fun and games. So watch this next election cycle. Watch this next election cycle. If you don't get off my channel with all that Diddy shit. Anyway, but watch this next election cycle, because what I will tell you this is, if Trump, and I said this before, if Trump doesn't get this economy in order, which he won't, right? If he doesn't get the economy in order, if he doesn't do what he's promised to do, it's over for him. Shouts out to Curry 2S with the super chat. But if he doesn't get together what he said he was going to get together in this election cycle, the Republicans may not see the light of day for a long time. Right? They thought this cycle was a red wave. The next cycle we're going to see a blue wave, and it may not be any coming back. It won't be no coming back from there. The Democrats, they have some work to do as well, right? They gotta learn how to get with the program as well. But if Trump doesn't get this whole economy together and do what he promised he ran on, which he's broken many promises already, right? It's not gonna happen, right? Oh, Medicare is done, Medicaid and all that stuff. Section 8 is done. You ninjas are on there. Y'all are on your own. See, here's the thing about Americans. Once you start cutting money, once you start cutting help, because Americans, they have to be on the nipple. Americans have to be on the nipple. They need help. Americans are docile, right? Castrated, right? Can't help themselves, right? No ambition, no drive to do anything. Jacob, oh, here we go. We got us one. Here we go. We got us one. Jacob said, wrong, stop spreading misinformation. What about what I'm saying is spreading misinformation? See, how many times, listen, man. Look, he must be new here. Some of these things that are happening, I've been speaking on for 2 years. Some of the things that are happening right now, I've been speaking on for 2 years. Elon basically sabotaging Trump right now. Elon going against the grain. I predicted this before the election. I predicted this before the election. I literally said, I don't understand why Trump is allowing Elon to get this close. I literally said, I don't understand why Elon, what this relationship is about. I literally said that. And I said, Elon is going to be Trump's downfall. I said this months ago. I said this months ago, and lo and behold, where are we? So if you're talking about spreading misinformation, what misinformation? Right? Ninja, I can see years ahead, Ninja. What are you talking about? You must be new here. I can read this stuff like the back of my hand. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Right? And you're gonna come back to this. You're gonna come back to this channel, Ninja. You're gonna come back to this channel. And what's the next election? Was it? You're gonna come back midterms, Ninja. Then you're gonna come back. When's the next election? 2026, 2027, whatever the year is. I won't be involved, Ninja. I'll be somewhere else sipping pina coladas because y'all thought this election was something. Y'all thought this election was something. Wait until the next election. See, a lot of people thought a lot of turmoil and everything. Well, we are dealing with a lot of turmoil, but a lot of people thought more turmoil was going to come out of this election cycle. Nah, it's not going to be this election cycle. Wait till the next election cycle, Ninja. Wait until the next election cycle. Then we really, shit's going to really hit the fan because people are more divided than ever. People are more deluded more than ever. People are dealing with more cognitive dissonance more than ever. People are walking with undiagnosed mental illnesses. There's a lot of people out here, who are functioning psychotics, right? Tammy Lynn said, did you ever think that it was a plan? Which part? Which part was a plan? The Feeling Studio says, like I said, I'm out of here. I'm going to have American assets paying me while I live abroad, and they're going to be in limited liability corporations under a trust. Shh, don't be telling all your information online, Ninja. Don't tell all your information online. Keep it quiet. Just say you out of here. Just say you out of here. Shh. Buckman, why you so negative? This Ninja asking me why I'm so... Ninja, am I the one attacking Trump or Elon? Am I the one that said Trump is a PDF file and was on the Epstein Islands? Am I the one that made the news headline, Ninja? What are you talking about? Why are you so negative? Ninja, Elon basically saying to hell with Trump and anybody else that stands with him, we need a new party. Ninja, am I the one that's saying that? How am I negative? How am I? Get these ninjas up out of here, man. Tell me why you so negative. How is that negative, Ninja? First of all, that's not negative. Okay, that's the truth. See, a lot of y'all see this is the problem with Americans. That's why we gone. That's why we're never coming back. You want to talk about negative? This is why men especially, right, are so focused on how something makes you feel. You feely ass ninjas. Right? This is why we're so far gone, right? Because y'all so focused on how you feel. Oh, why are you so negative? Right? Why are you so negative? Be positive. Like I can't stand you sucker duck feely emotional ass ninjas. Real life is not all sunshine and rainbows, Ninja. Real life is not sunshine and rainbows, Ninja. Everybody's gonna die. Everybody's gonna hit the grave, Ninja. And none of us know our time, Ninja. You got people who die from car accidents, Ninja. You got people who get kidnapped and get skinny pop. You got people who die from plane crash. You got people who die from war. You got babies and teenagers who are born in third world countries and they get captured and put into militias and have to fight wars at 13, 14 years old, Ninja. Yeah, life is not sunshine and rainbows, Ninja. It is not sunshine and rainbows talking about, oh, why are you so negative? Get your emotional ass up out of here. Y'all, exactly, Bebop. Y'all don't know negative. Wait until the economy tanks. Ninjas talking about negative. You better be getting your bag right. Right? You better. I hope you ninjas have a passport. right before they start shutting you ninjas down. They're going to be like, oh, sorry, if you didn't already have a passport, we're putting a pause on passport, ninja. We're putting a pause on passports until further notifications, ninja. Right? Everybody else who have a passport, you're good to go. If you don't have one, you're going to have to wait until 2035, ninja, to get a passport, ninja. Okay, just wait. So I hope you got a passport, ninja, so you can skedaddle up out of here if need be. Right? Oh my God, get this ninja up out of here. Jesus can give you peace in your heart. Okay. Right? People be coming in here talking that Jesus shit, don't even know the word. Right? They don't know the word. Literally, you know what? Let me go over this verse real quick. Ninjas up here talking about peace. Right? Let me read this to you, and then we're gonna get back on topic. Right? To put, where's that verse? Matthew, for you Christian ninjas, right? Let's say Matthew 10:35. Jesus says he came to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right? Jesus said, "Do not think I came to bring peace to the earth." Come on, man. Do I really need to preach up in here? Because listen, niggas always want to come at me with the whole Jesus stuff, and I don't get into those conversations because when I get to talking the word, I talk the word. I talk hell and brimstone because many of y'all get the watered down, pacified version of the word. Niggas like to get on me because of the things that I talk about. I talk about real life stuff. Ninja, I talk about real life stuff. It is what it is. I talk about what I see. I talk about what men do, right? I talk about what women do, right? I don't pacify real life, but ninjas want to get into the word. What Jesus said again? Matthew 10:34. Y'all want to turn to your Bibles real quick? Do y'all want to turn to your Bibles? Can the congregation say amen? Okay. Do not think I came to bring peace to the earth. Jesus said, I came to bring not peace, but a sword, ninja. But a sword. Coco said that Matthew passage refers to dividing believers and unbelievers within the same family. Well, you can interpret it how you want to interpret it. You can interpret it how you want to interpret it, but it doesn't. But I'm not going to get into that. But I mean, the unbelievers and believers part doesn't. That part that you said don't really make sense because Jesus already came and died for the sin, so it didn't matter because the non-believers could inherit the kingdom because of Jesus' blood. So the whole unbelievers and that part wouldn't make sense. So I disagree respectfully, right? I believe exactly what he said. That I came, right, to not bring peace, right? I came to not bring peace. Don't think that you're going to be at peace, right? I came to bring the sword, right? I think he's referring to life in general, right? I don't think it was just believers and non-believers, right? Because that ideology goes out the door as soon as Jesus was born because God already gave non-believers the gift of the kingdom already. Right, through Jesus Christ. So that part, that's why I don't get into it. Jay Garcia says, feds out here getting taco workers, construction workers. Oh, yeah, I got to do a video on that. Shouts out to all my Hispanics out there who out here working hard. Ninja, listen, man. Some of y'all, ain't got your papers right. Listen, man. They out here full effect. They raiding construction sites, right? They even revoking visas out here. They even revoking visas out here. They're revoking citizenships as well. I've heard. Right? So listen, man. Anyway. Man of Steel said, to be honest, I can't trust neither Trump or Elon. Yeah, I don't trust. Well, I don't trust Trump because he's a politician, and I don't trust Elon because Elon is Elon, right? He's not trustworthy. He's not trustworthy, right? And what I believe, the reason why. Okay, let's really get into it. The reason why Elon is doing this, right? Elon. First of all, I don't care what y'all believe, right? Elon bought the election. Let's just call a spade, right? Elon bought the election, right? He spent tens of millions of dollars on Trump's campaign, right? Trump, first and foremost, Trump needed to beat those charges. Trump needed to beat those charges, and Trump needed to win, right? The fact that Trump was going to prison if he didn't win. If the Democrats had won and took a significant part, of Congress as well, right? They would have buried Trump, right? Trump would have been in prison if it had not been for Elon, right? And I tweeted again, I posted again. Elon actually said this. Listen, man, I be predicting this shit, man. Elon said Trump wouldn't have won the election if it wasn't for me. The Democrats would have won if it weren't for me. Which he was already saying something. He already said something that I already knew in the first place, right? I already knew. Like once he bought X, right, and configured X, and then once he started donating tens of millions of dollars a week, right? It was a week. He was donating tens of millions of dollars to Trump's campaign per week, Ninja, right? It wasn't just, he donated $1 million just for this campaign. No, Elon was like, he was putting up crazy money per week up until the election, right? So Elon kind of felt like, okay, I donated all this money, right? You got tens of millions of dollars, from me, and Lord knows what else, right? And because of me, right, I basically bought you out of jail, right? I marketed you so well, not just on my platform, because come on now, he owns a whole platform with hundreds of millions of people on it. You can't tell me that he's not able to tweak the algorithm in whatever favor he wants to. Of course he can. He's Elon Musk. He can tweak the algorithm. Russia did it. If Russia did it with Facebook, and they don't even own the platform, well, allegedly, freaking what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. I said his name backwards. Mark Zuckerberg allegedly colluded with Russia into doing that and gave them backdoor access. But that's a whole different story. So Russia did it, right? Zuckerberg did it, right? Why y'all think Zuckerberg got all cozy? And Zuckerberg is not a staunch Republican. Zuckerberg is not a staunch conservative, right? Far from it. But why you think Zuckerberg got all cozy with Trump and gave him some money too? You think that was by coincidence? No. Zuckerberg was trying to stay out of jail too, right? Remember when he got subpoenaed into the U.S. courts, right? He got subpoenaed into Congress to testify what was going on with Russia, how Russia had this assets and they were able to do this and that and the third. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg was going to jail too. Mark Zuckerberg was going to prison too. Right? So he needed Trump to win because they was going to throw his ass in prison too. They was going to throw him in prison too. There was a lot of people that were going to prison. A lot of people. And there's going to be a lot of people that go to prison after this election cycle too. Right? A lot of people. I feel like everything happening is entertainment to keep us distracted. It's definitely keep us distracted. But at the same time, that just goes to show you how gullible and docile America is. That literally the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Right? It's hard out here. Right? And I'm not even trying to say that I'm above the threshold either, ninjas. I gotta buy groceries too. Ninja, I just spent $347 on groceries. I just spent $347 on groceries. Right? Ninja, everybody out here feeling it. Everybody feeling the pinch. Everybody feeling it. Groceries up. The price of goods and stuff up. Ain't nothing, bro. Stuff has gotten worse. Right? Said Mark Zionisberg. They may think the Dems are so weak that Elon could form a new control opposition party to carry on a dual party prison. Yeah, what Elon is going to do? Elon is already fracturing the MAGA movement. He's already doing it. You have MAGA people already saying that they stand with Elon, right? You already have MAGA people that say they stand with Elon, right? The big beautiful bill barely passed, right? A good portion of Republicans were against it. A good portion of Republicans are speaking out on it, uh, because it's increasing the national debt, right? Trump is serving Nathaniel. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but the Israel guy. I got you. Yeah, yep. Trump is definitely the Republican Party is definitely cozying up to the people over there. All right, gotta be careful on YouTube. They definitely cozying up to the people over there. I see where it's going. I see how it's trending. Right. If you don't know, they basically own the U.S. Right. China owns our debt. The others over there, the star people, right? They own the powers that be in this country. So the U.S. has been for sale. I told y'all this. The U.S. has been for sale, and people are saying, "Oh, well, Elon, if you knew all of this, and like I said, I don't trust Elon. I don't trust him. Let's get these likes up. We got 61 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Hit the like button. Super chat. Hit the like button. The like button is free, but super chat if you want to. But uh, if you don't know, right? America's been for sale for a long time. For a long time, and they've bought it out. Not just been for sale. They bought it all up, right? At the expense of the American people, right? So they fed you poison food, right? They fed you poisonous drinks, right? You eat McDonald's, Big Macs, right? Chicken fillets, from Arby's, Ninja. Y'all eat all this mess. Uh, a recent stat came out that the majority of U.S. men wouldn't even be military ready if we were to go to war. There's so many things that's wrong with America that can't be undone. This stuff has been happening for over a century, but specifically for the past 100 years, right? Fast food, social media, the corporations doing whatever they want to, doing whatever they please, right? This has been going on for the past 100 years, right? People have been getting severely overweight, severely obese, right? This is not something that you can easily address over a 4-year period, not at all, right? This is something that is borderline, if not already irreversible, right? I believe personally it's irreversible. Um, it's irreversible. There's nothing even to say on it, right? And people are still so docile that they think that one singular party. See, I'm partyless, right? I'm a nonconformist. So I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in their ideology. I don't believe in the American, political system. I've already thrown because where we are now, America has outgrown the two-party system. Right? America has outgrown the two-party system. That's why we're in such disarray. That's why we're in such division. Right? That's why we keep bumping heads. We all have outgrown the two-party system, but we're still trying to hold on to these beliefs and systems that no longer fit us anymore. And not saying that you can't be conservative, not saying that you can't be, whatever, live in your truth or whatever. It's America. Do whatever you want to, right? Do whatever you want to, but just we've outgrown it, right? Here goes a 12-year-old right here yelling out MAGA. You can yell out MAGA all you want to. You probably live in the basement. See, people like that who yell out MAGA. When you yell out MAGA, I'm just believe that you just have no bills and responsibility. That's what I'm gonna say. People who yell out like their position, right? That just tells me, you Fruit Loop. That just tells me you Fruit Loop. Oh, you want to argue? Okay, he wants to argue. At least super chat. At least super chat. Unbelievable how delusional you are. So, Kyubilio. Okay, he want to argue, everybody. So tell me how I'm delusional. What about what I said was delusional? Let's see how quick he responds. Unbelievable how delusional you are. Go ahead and respond. Come on now. Taking all day to respond. Send a super chat with it whenever you're ready. Divorced 52-year-old whose kids want no contact. Dang, man. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Marcia says, would Kamala be better right now? Ha ha ha. Make women great again. See, what I believe is, I don't believe. See, that's where things get tricky. Me personally, I don't believe that women should lead men. That's just what I believe. Right? You have a country full of men. Right? You want a strong country. You want a country that stands above the rest. Right? You want a country that doesn't involve itself in the riffraff and all of that. And not saying that because it's led by men that we still don't get involved in a riffraff and disarray and debauchery as well. But me personally, I don't believe that a woman should lead. Right? Do I believe that women are great? Absolutely. I believe women are great. I believe women can do great things, but I don't think their position should be in positions of leadership over men, right? If they want to be leaders and guide women and guide them the right way, I believe that should be their place, right? I don't believe that women should be in the pulpit. I don't believe that women should be at the head of anything. Shouldn't be at the head of the household. Shouldn't be head of the presidency, right? Maybe vice president, but not the leader of the free world. No, I don't believe so. Not a general. I don't believe so. I believe in true traditional roles, right? I understand where we are in society, but that's just where I'm at. So I love women. Don't get it twisted and misconstrued because somebody gonna clip it and be like, look at this ninja. I knew he was a misogynist. I knew he hated women. Look at how he think about women. He hates women, right? Why would he think that women can't be the president? Why would he think that women can't lead? Because women can't lead men, right? If women could lead men, then that means that it's okay to leave a young boy with a single mother, right? If women can lead men, why does the statistics show what they show as far as young boys being raised in a single parent household or kids in general being raised in a single parent household? Clearly, there's something missing. I'm not saying that you don't need the mothers. Of course, you need the mothers to nurture, to comfort, so on and so forth. But clearly, there's a discrepancy when a father is missing because they need that leadership. They need that command. So I personally don't think, and other people may say something different, but I personally don't think that women should be leading men. Ginger French said a woman vice president is also a bad idea since she would have to step in if something happened to the president. That's true. That's true. Ready Say Go says I think more people agree with you than you think. They just quiet. I mean, yeah. Well, I take that back. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I agree, but also think Kamala would be doing better than Trump. The men around her would at least have been more competent than Lon types. And yeah, I mean, I probably would agree, right? I don't know because she's not the president, so I just don't want to throw that in there, right? But who knows, right? Maybe we would be dealing with more competence. Maybe we wouldn't, right? Maybe we wouldn't have burnt all ties with our allies, right? Maybe there would be more competent people, around her to, make the situation, make whatever situation better, right? Maybe so. Who knows? Man of Steel said, "Is it worth joining the military in 2025? In America, Ninja, Ninja, who is it worth joining the military in 2025? Ninja, no, Ninja." And this speaking from somebody who is post military, right? Post army, right? I'm gonna tell you no. No Sirski. You better find a different way. You better find a different way. This current military, no. And then too, you got to think too. And I'm not trying to put any kind of, I'm really not trying to put any kind of, bad propaganda out there or nothing like that. I want you to think for yourself, right? I want you to think for yourself. That's the whole purpose of the after pill. I want you to think for yourself, make your own decision when it comes to this. But just look around, man. Just look around, right? Families are done. The nuclear family is done. Women have reached an all-time high in independence, not needing no man, right? The men are docile. The men are weak, right? The men don't have the men in America have no ambition, no inspiration to do anything, right? Most men in America are losers, and I stand by that. The infrastructure is like 40, 50 years behind, right? Where's our tax money going? Join the military for what? Join the military for what? To fight what? To fight a bunch of fight for a bunch of women who wouldn't give you the time of day, right? Who look at marriage as enslavement, right? Who will be quick to take you to the child custody courts if push came to shove, right? Or better yet, to come back home and get killed on the street. Nah, join the military for what? And I'm not just bashing the military. I think we need a military. We need a strong military. We need a strong military, right? But it's just like, if shit is gonna fall, if it's gonna implode, just let the shit implode, man. Just let it implode. Coco says, get the Z influence out of this country. What's the Z? What's the Z? Oh, you're talking about that Z. Well, that's not going to happen because, well, you gotta realize the Anglo-Saxons, in this country, they have strong ties or believe in a strong ties because we're a so-called, Christian nation. So they believe in that in these ties to Israel, right? They believe in the ties to Israel. So that's really a hard that's a hard pill to swallow, but that's not something that they're going to give up, right? Because they believe, well, Israel is in the Bible, we should be hand in hand with Israel, even though the Israel of today is not really. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that conversation. That's just going to unleash a whole can of worms that this conversation is not even about, right? But just know that's not going to happen. The conservatives in this country, the Anglo-Saxons, Protestants, Catholics, and all of them folks, they believe that we should be hand in hand with Israel, and Israel should have that control. That's why they protect them so much. That's why Israel is deep in our pockets and up the booty hole. Pause, no diddy, right? That's why. Roto Rudy said we were doing so well before Trump. No, we weren't. We weren't doing well before Trump, and we weren't doing well before Biden. We weren't doing well before Trump, and we weren't doing well before Biden, right? Listen, what y'all got to understand, man. Like I said already, had a whole live stream about this. This is a controlled demolition, right? Y'all really see. It's really hard for normies and NPCs to wrap their heads around this. Wrap your head around this. We have a tech billionaire who was hand in hand with Trump, and we have a sitting president, right, who are going back and forth, slinging mud at each other so that the world can see. I need y'all to wrap y'all mind around that, right? The so-called most powerful country in the world, right? The so-called country with the strongest military in the world, the so-called country with the people with the strongest might in the world. We're seeing before our very eyes, right? The world's powerful sitting president, right? And one of the most richest, powerful men in the world sling mud at each other online, right? Now, I thought this kind of debauchery was reserved, for, these celebrities and rappers and, people like that, who dissing each other online. I would never thought in a million years that I would see basically these two guys who were supposed to be in prime positions, respectable positions, right? I would never thought that I would see two people like that go back and forth on social media. I want y'all to understand what level of stupidity and complete cognitive dissonance we've reached. Because I don't think that y'all understand how bad shit is right now. I really don't think because y'all, I know some of y'all are probably just, they're going back and forth. Y'all probably just looking at it like, oh shit, they're going back and forth. I wonder what they're talking about. Oh, Elon said this. Trump said this. Y'all have gotten so used to social media beef. Y'all have gotten so used to drama in the United States of America, right? They brainwashed y'all so good, man. Right? They got y'all so good that y'all looking at this as just a normal. See, this is why I say cognitive dissonance, because so many people are so disillusioned and they can't really see the collapse that's happening in real time. Right? Y'all are looking at the collapse in real time. In real time. But y'all have been so brainwashed for so long that it seems like it's just a normal day in America and that we're just going to continue on. What a lot of people think is that history was 100 years ago, right? People think history is like something that we don't go through anymore, right? Y'all think history is something that was in the books. Oh, y'all think, oh, World War II, yeah, that was back then, right? We're over that now. Y'all think, oh, a world war, oh, that was in a different time period, right? That we don't live in that time anymore, right? Y'all think these like, no, we're living in a time period where you can be involved in history as well, right? You can be involved in history as well. Jay says, man got jealous of Trump. Well, what I think happened is, like I said, where I was going, my last thought process. Elon put a lot of money up. Whether y'all want to believe this or not, Elon got Trump out of jail. If Trump wouldn't have won, Trump would have went to prison. And I put money on that. Trump would have went to prison if he had not won the presidency. So not only did Elon put a bunch of money up, because he put a bunch of money up, and because he, got on to the Trump campaign, right? He got Trump out of jail. So you can believe it, you don't have to believe it, whatever. Right? So came up with this plan, D.O.G.E, the cut spending. I don't know how legit that is because, like I said, there's nothing formal that is really stating what Elon actually did. Right? They got some numbers out there, but the numbers are not matching. Right? the numbers are not matching, and the numbers that they're saying that they did, it doesn't outweigh anything. It's like it's almost pointless, right? The numbers are pointless in comparative to the bigger scheme of things, right? So Doge was questionable from the get go, but here's the icing on the cake, right? So Elon basically went through a reputation crash, right? That reputation crash uh, translated into his company crashing, right? Which he called, his baby, right? That's his baby. So he went through all of this, put up money, right? He thought he was a patriot, donating money and trying to cut spending, quote unquote, trying to cut spending for the American people, right? Trying to find where money was being stolen or whatever. Nobody's in jail, so Ninja, until people start getting locked up in handcuffs, which they not at this point because he gone, right? So we'll never know who was stealing money, if somebody was stealing money, if there's missing money, right? The Pentagon, has lost money. So I mean, these people, nobody has been arrested. Nobody has. We haven't seen anything formal, right? The dude kept coming out saying that, there's money missing. We found some more missing money. Okay, Ninja. Okay, when are they getting arrested, Ninja? Right? When are they getting arrested? But he kept coming out. Oh, we found some more missing money. Like this was a Scooby Doo episode, Ninja. Okay, Ninja. Like when they say to be continued at the end, you're like, damn, now I gotta wait till next week. Right? That's how that was. Ninja kept saying, we found some more money. Then the end credits came on. To be continued next week on bullshit Elon. Like, Ninja, where the money at? But they as of now, nobody found the money. Nobody knows where the money is. Nobody knows where the money is. So I'm just gonna assume that no real cuts have been made. It was all a facade, right? But he went through the whole reputation crash, right? Because of the little, the D.O.G.E little salute that he did, and then Tesla went down here from there. And then he teamed up with Trump, so he was already taking a hit already. But then that even put him more in a drainer. So what I think happened next is, in that big beautiful bill, I think he cut out something about EV. I have to read it again. Right? He thought he can get closer. He thought he could get close enough to Trump to where he wouldn't be impacted by any kind of cuts or anything to it that will basically affect his companies, right? That will basically affect his companies. But that's why I was confused about the relationship in general, because I was like, well, this guy he's in tech, right? He needs EVs, right? Because that's his whole company. That's why he's a billionaire, Tesla. So how is this relationship going to work with Trump if Trump wants to cut, electric vehicles? He wants nothing to do with electric vehicles, right? He wants nothing to do with, the modernization of, things and all of that stuff, right? Which I think is, quite stupid, but that's neither here nor there. But I was like, he wants to enhance, the United States with, petroleum, gas, and oil. So I'm like, well, where does Elon even fit into all of this? So the relationship was confusing altogether anyway. But I think Elon thought that because he bought the election, which he did, because he bought the election, that he bought Trump's loyalty, right? He thought he bought Trump's loyalty, but seems like Trump, basically, I guess, from what it's looking like, probably backstabbed him, or Elon is feeling like he put his reputation on the line, he put his company on the line, he put everything on the line, and then for Trump to basically come out with this bill and probably did other stuff. I don't think this discourse began with the bill, because remember when they first got into office, they were already reporting, not being on the same page. This is one reason why Vivek left, right? Vivek Ramaswamy. That's one of the reasons why he left. He didn't want anything to do with it, right? He didn't want nothing to do with it. He seen the writing on the wall, and he was like, I'm gonna skedaddle up out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing. He seen the implosion, right? So there was already signs thrown out there saying that they weren't getting along or they were bumping heads. And then when Vivek left, that kind of, people got suspicious, like, okay, Vivek was supposed to be one of the brains to all of this. So now Vivek gone is just Elon. So now what's going on, right? So clearly now we're seeing that they were always bumping heads, and they were just putting on the front. And I mean, people are so stupid, right? Especially MAGA. Shouts out to y'all MAGA ninjas up in here, right? But y'all ninjas are stupid, right? Because it's so funny, right? It's so funny because when Elon first started campaigning with Trump, right, and the left was like, throwing out their throwing the mudslings, and y'all was like, we stand with Elon. We stand with Elon. Elon is the best. All hail Elon. All hail Elon Musk. All hail Elon Musk. MAGA loved Elon, right? But now, this is why I don't do politics, because all of y'all are just y'all are disloyal hypocrites. All of you, all blue, red, all of you, right? But now that Elon is saying what he's saying, right? Now MAGA's like, see, I knew not to trust Elon. I knew not to trust that Elon character. I knew not to trust him. I knew it was just something about him. I knew he was a liberal, right? I just knew he was a liberal. I just knew it, right? Now they're trying to throw Elon up under the bus. Now he was like, oh, yeah, Trump may be a part of them Epstein files. Oh no, he didn't say Mike. He said no, Trump on those Epstein files. Now MAGA like, well, there's no proof, and yep, because you should have said that. You should have said that a long time ago. Why would you cozy up to him? Why would you cozy up to him if he was a PDF file? Why would you cozy up to him if he was on those Epstein tapes, on those Epstein files? I'm like, are y'all ninjas stupid? Right? Do y'all not understand how power works? Do you think, bro, there are so many PDF files walking around here with millions and billions of dollars? Actually, there's a bunch of PDF files walking around that they broke as a joke. They work in your company, ninja. They work at your job. So all the PDF files, they didn't get invited to the Epstein Islands and all of that. You got broke PDF files, but then you got some rich ones too, right? Do you think when it comes to money and power, they give a damn about who's doing what, as long as it's not affecting their bottom line? This is how power works. They don't give a damn if you kill somebody. Like, oh, why would you cozy up to him? What? See, this is why I have a problem with, these conservatives and libtards too, but specifically conservatives, because they always try to throw, this whole morality into shit. I'm like, bro, when has the world ever been moral? When has morality ever mattered? Then when you want to talk about politics, you want to talk about morality and politics, right? All the conservatives, in church, with a big old Trump, like looking like the Pope, the Roman Catholics, right? And they're praising, all hail President Trump, all hail President Trump. I mean, come on, man, right? If y'all really want to talk about morality, then the things that Trump has said, the things that Trump has done, ninja, that has nothing to do with God, that has nothing to do with Jesus, that ain't got nothing to do with the Lord, ninja, right? If y'all really want to talk about it. But that's why I call hypocrisy on all sides, because I'm like, bro, this is politics, right? It's whoever shoot first. Y'all want to talk about morality and politics? What? But the conservatives, MAGA, fucking just stupid. Don't have a thinking mind. They don't think for shit, right? And trust me, I'm not picking sides. The libtards are stupid too, right? I think Americans in general, not being able to see the writing on the wall, picking sides. Oh, I'm right wing. I'm conservative. Oh, I'm left wing. Oh, I'm a libtard, right? I think just that whole dynamic anyway, right? It's just another separation tool, another divisive tool to keep people separated and not be able to think on their own, right? Jay says they will let you work 7 days of the week was 8 days. Yep. Imagine sympathizing with PDF files. Exactly. See, people are not satisfied. See, when you're likable, people don't care. Why y'all think Diddy lasted so long? Hell, why you think Epstein lasted so long? Right? They were usable. right? They were usable. Diddy is rich as hell. Diddy is a billionaire himself. Known to throw some of the best parties, known to have the best connections, right? Could make you a millionaire overnight. Nope. You think people didn't know what he was doing? Of course they knew what he was doing. Right? But they needed that connection. Right? They knew what he was doing. And then Epstein, you think they didn't know what Epstein was doing? All of them knew what Epstein was doing. Trump knew what Epstein was doing. Oprah knew what Epstein was doing. Probably all the politicians on the left and right knew what Epstein was doing. Why you think he got shushed? Why you think he got shushed? They needed Epstein up out of there. There was too many powerful people who are on that list or connected to Epstein. They needed him up out of there. Right? They needed him up out of there. Oh, Jay, there's another Jay in the chat. Dang, you got a clone, Jay? I was looking at your, I was like, dang, your shit is orange. This ninja come in here with the green Jay. Right? But, yeah, man. They just want the money. They want the money, the power, and the connections, yeah. But, anyway, people picking sides. It's just another way then Elon trying to fragment the whole political system. See, Elon is taking a whole different route, right? Right? Like I said, I don't care for Elon, but Elon is smart. He knows what he's doing. Elon is trying to take some of the MAGA. Elon is trying to take some of the Republicans, and he's trying to take some of he's trying to bring back, because he lost the respect of a lot of the libtards. So he's trying to bring back the libtards. He's trying to bring everybody into a pool of a third party system. And trust and believe, Elon has the money to do it. Yeah, Elon knows something the public doesn't know. I absolutely agree. See, one thing about it, I don't care for Elon, but he's on the money with some stuff. Dang, who is that over there? Maybe I need to get out. But yeah, Elon is on the money with some stuff. Jeez. I bet I got distracted. But Elon is on the money with some stuff. He knows some stuff that he knows something that the public don't know. And it's gonna get spooky. It's gonna get scary around here. Y'all think this shit is a joke. But when you start seeing this on a public stage like this, nah, that's not good. That doesn't look good to the world. This looks weak. When somebody that was in your sphere, right, that you ran with, right, think about how this looks to the world. Think about how this looks to the world, man. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to the world. Right? So now everybody looking at us like, bro, what's going on with these two ninjas? That's how the world is looking at us now. And they already don't respect us. They already looking at us like that anyway. So it's just more of a reason. It's just more of a reason to look at us like this. So, Kels, what's going on? So what y'all think? What y'all think? I definitely think Elon is undermining. He's undermining Trump. Definitely. controlled by higher powers. Yep. But I think this even I think the division that they're causing from within, it could be staged. Don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing that out the door at all. Right? It could be staged, right? I'm not, stupid enough that believe that this couldn't be, staged, right? But you got to think, the lower people are stupid. The citizens are stupid, right? So they could be doing this just to draw out more division, to draw out more separation. Okay, now they're trying to fragment. Now they're trying to fragment the Republican Party. Now they're trying to fragment the MAGA Party. They want everything fragmented, right? They don't want no collectiveness amongst anybody. They don't want any collectiveness amongst the libtards. They don't want any collectiveness amongst the MAGA. They don't want any collectiveness amongst the Republicans. They don't want any collectiveness. They want a complete division. Why do they want a complete division? Because America is done. Do y'all not understand that? America is finished. So they're trying to control the demolition. It is a controlled demolition. So they don't want you. They don't want to just blow it all up all at once. They don't want to blow it up all at once, right? They don't want to release all the AI that they could release, right? They don't want to do you bad like that. They don't want to do the American people bad like that. They don't want to what you call that? They don't want to destroy you inhumanely, I guess, right? They want to do it. They want to do a quick little slit to the throat and call it a day. But people sitting around here, and another thing too. People are actually scared to. People are scared to admit in their mind that it's probably done with. That's what I think too. People are scared in their mind to actually admit that it's done with. So people are trying to hold on to old America. People are trying to hold on to what's left in America, right? People are trying to hold on to these old ideologies. Yeah. Jay says 100, bro. Everyone knows it's over, but they want to keep living life. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we probably go over this again in the morning. Talk about it in the morning. Go over it in the morning. I just got off. I got off work not too long ago, so I was like, maybe I should go over this while it's hot right now. But we're gonna talk about it some more in the morning with my thoughts more collected. But yeah, man, y'all take care. Y'all take I said take care. Take care. Y'all have a good night. Y'all can tell I'm sleepy. We'll pick this back up in the morning. I went to work at 12, so I worked a 10-hour shift. But I'll see y'all. Good night.